What's up, guys? And behind me I'm going to be showing you what I did to grow Meiwa kumquats. Now if you like gardening and if you're also growing kumquats, and if you're not, I highly recommend them. Make sure to subscribe to see all the tips that I've done to get this to fruit every season. So make sure to subscribe. I have 4 Meiwa kumquats, which is the most amount of the same variety I have in over 80 fruit trees. Because they're extremely delicious. It is like a bite-sized orange where you could eat the peel. And the peel is actually sweeter than the actual inside. The inside is also sweet, but the peel is even more sweeter. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 kumquats. And what I like about kumquats is that they produce in summer. So as you can see, these have already started to turn orange. Very first tip I have is the pot size. They don't grow that big. Their root system is not that big. A 25-gallon container is enough for these kumquats. And this one even started fruiting in a smaller, I believe, 10-gallon container. It has fruit there. Always make sure it's a fast draining dirt you have in there. I literally just used the yellow bag potting mix and it has worked. And if you're going to buy a tree, make sure it is grafted. As you can see, there is the graft union, and that just gives you fruit earlier. Do not buy a Meiwa that has been grown from seed. As for watering, it rained today, so I didn't have to water. But as for watering, just put your finger in there, and if it's dry to the top 3 inches, water. But they are extremely heat tolerant. I have them growing in Texas. It's extremely hot and humid here. They do not wilt, and they do not seem to have stress of the heat. As I'm talking, I saw a Meiwa kumquat that is there on the floor, and it's actually ready. And like I said, the skin is even sweeter than the actual inside. And as for pruning, I have never really pruned these. They are not that vigorous growers. They're pretty slow growers, but they do set a lot of fruit. Citrus do not like heavy pruning. Sometimes they do not come back from a heavy pruning. So just make sure to have the biggest tree possible, because then you have the biggest amount of fruit, as long as it's manageable. One of the most crucial steps is the fertilization. These are the fertilizers I give it, and I only give it these. I don't give it any synthetic fertilizers. The first one is once a month. I give it fish emulsion. You probably already know what this is. This is fish fertilizer. Just once a month, that is enough. And avoid giving it during like winter or fall, because that's kind of when it stops growing. You don't want to keep it growing during that time, because you kind of want to let it rest a little bit. And I give it 3 teaspoons every 3 months of organic blood meal, all-purpose general fertilizer. This is a 344, and 3 teaspoons again of blood meal. And in this container, I also give it 3 teaspoons of worm castings. These are worm castings. So what you would do is just get your teaspoon and dig it in there, the fertilizer. And as for changing the soil, if you have a 25-gallon container, you don't really need to do it that often, maybe once every like 5 years. Or if you want to really help it, you could change it like every 2 years. But I have never really changed this soil in like 2 years, so that's how often you need to change it. Just depends, up to you. It's literally all I've done to grow my Meiwa kumquats, and they have done really well. The other thing is frost protection. Depends where you live. If a freeze does come, just put them inside, because they're in containers. And those are all the steps I've done to grow my Meiwa kumquats. And if you like gardening, if you like gardening videos, make sure to subscribe. I have like over 100 fruit trees in my suburban backyard. So peace out.